Harnessing the power of the new moon. All right, so just go ahead and shake off your day a little bit. Move around. And now let's find our way to mountain pose with the feet grounded, all four corners of the feet. We'll start there, right? So the feet are about hip width distance apart, and we can feel the big toe mounds in good contact with the earth, the outer edge of the heel, inner edge of the heel, and little toe mounds, and there the feet are grounded to the earth. Now, engage the muscles of the legs, pulling up. Your hips are over your ankles, your shoulders are over your hips. Your ears are right over your shoulders, and hands by your side with the palms face forward. And let's just let our breath come into our practice here. And going a little deeper. All right. And building some energy with the palms out. Exhale, drawing energy up from the earth. Arms reach up. Palms touch. And hands come heart center. And just do that a few more times on your own, at your own pace. Just a nice deep breath. Visualize the energy rising and then bringing it to your heart. So we're all going at our own pace, and that's great. Eventually we'll finish. And let this be whatever round you're on, just finish it up. And we'll meet back with hands at heart. Okay, so the new moon is a time when we set intentions and plant seeds. So from here, let's just take a moment to slightly bow your head, look at your own good heart, and think about what it is that you want to bring in and cultivate over the next few weeks. Just as the new moon gathers its brightness as it begins to wax, you'll plant and nurture your seeds of intention. And then draw your fingertips up toward the sky, reach tall, and exhale, arms down by your side. Shake things out. Okay. All right, so we're going to gather and release in our cats and cows. So take your feet slightly wider than hip width distance. The knees and hips can have a lot of movement to them here. Elbows bend, all right? And we round forward into the cat, bringing the forearms toward each other, and then open into the cow, elbows back. Remember, we don't want to throw the head forward or back here. The head just follows the spine as we move forward and back. Oh, giving that spine a nice treat, releasing from the day. And the next time you're forward with your forearms heading toward each other, possibly even touching, bring the palms together and then inhale, bring your arms overhead and shake it out. All right, so that was two directions of the spine. Now we're going to lift and tilt. Okay, so we're going to take the right arm up, the left hand is just on the left leg, and we smoothly bend, keeping those feet grounded. Bring your right arm down, left arm up, and smoothly tilt to the right. And that's what we're doing. So just go ahead, tilt left and tilt right. Feel that release in the side body. Now the next time you find yourself over to the left, stay there, and we'll release just a little bit and take it a little deeper to the left, release a little, take it a little deeper to the left, release, and take it to the left and hold. Now float your left arm up parallel to the earth and press your left fingertips away. Take your right shoulder back and shine your heart up toward the sky, and then come center. Bring it up, right arm down, left arm up. We tilt and release. So we're staying to the right, tilt and release. Tilt and release. Now tilt long, take that right arm up and press the right fingertips away. Take your left shoulder back, shine your heart up to the sky. Come back to center, inhale the arms up, and we're going to let the arms come back and forward as we bend the knees and hips. Just releasing and letting go. And one more. And come back to standing. Okay, so for our twist tonight, we're going to be taking the right foot, the right leg behind the left leg, and reach across with the right arm, and then step out, left leg behind the right leg, reach across with the left arm. So we're reaching, stepping, and reaching. This morning it was very damp at the beginning of the day, and I thought, oh, this would be a good day to do a lot of twists, and then the sun and the wind came out. Still a good day to do some twisting. Twisting side to side. Okay, the next time your right leg is behind your left and your right arm is over to the left, just stay here. And then sweep that right arm down, out, up, and around, and one more. Your knees are going to bend here. And then bring it out, left leg back, left arm across, and sweep down and around. Oh yeah. Sweep down and around, and bring it back. Woo, find mountain pose. All right, take a few breaths and see how everything is feeling. Inhale and exhale. Let's come to the back of the mat, and we're going to be working on our knee down plank, okay? So remember, you can bring your knees down. You can be bringing your hands to a chair, okay? You can also do this at a wall. It won't be knees down, but you'll be at the wall and open up. So if you're doing this from the back of the mat, make sure that you have an adequate padding for your knees too. Okay, so take a moment, depending on your surface and your knees, you might want to put an extra mat or a folded up blanket or towel. And let's find mountain pose at the back of the mat. Ooh, can anybody feel energy moving through them now? Float the arms up, inhale. Exhale, we swan dive from those hip creases. You go as far down as you want to go. High, medium, low. Now bring your hands to your thighs, hips back, shine your heart forward. Sink the hips down, bring your hands to the mat, and walk your hands forward into a plank. At this point, you might decide knee down plank is the right place to be. You can be knee down or knee up, and take it to a downward facing dog. Now we're going to bring the right knee down, spin the left foot to the mat, draw that left arm up, and open. Twist open in the knee down plank. Yes. Bring your left hand down. Come back to downward facing dog. This time the left knee comes down, right foot comes to the mat, and we spin open to the right. Bring your right hand down, come back to downward facing dog, and walk your hands back toward your feet. Okay, when you get here, take a half lift, fold forward, and float the arms out and up. Your palms touch. Your hands come heart center. Draw the fingertips up toward the sky. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive. Take a half lift. Sink the hips down, hands down, walk forward plank. Knees up or knees down. You can switch each and every time if you want. Just find the plank that's best engaged for you, and then come into downward facing dog. We'll get a little smoother here. Right knee down and float open to the left. You might choose to extend your bottom leg instead of staying knee down. Either way is great. Bring your left hand down, downward facing dog. Left knee open to the right. I'm going to go the same way so I can see you. You might choose to extend your bottom leg. You might choose to not. Left hand down, downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. And walk your hands back to your feet. Float the arms out and up. Palms touch. And hands come heart center. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. Either knee up or knee down version. Okay, remember this is your practice. Do it your way. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Take a half lift, sink the hips, hands down, forward to plank. Down dog. Okay, you can go into knee down plank, or if it's in your practice, you might go straight into knee up plank. Some of you have that. And come back to down dog. And go the other way. We're going both ways, so whatever side you started on is fine. And bring that side down. And now we're going to bring the knees down, sit off to the side, and come into seated mountain pose. And take a few breaths. Calling to mind once again your intention, what seeds are you planting and what will you nourish? And let's shake things out. That was a lot for the shoulders, so let's give them a little attention here. Take your arms out, cross your left hand to your right shoulder, right hand to the left, and just kind of roll the shoulders and chin forward. Open up. Right hand to left shoulder, left hand to right. Roll forward. Open up. And shake everything out and release. Okay, are we ready for core work? Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and do some traditional boat work. Okay, you know that you could be doing this with 2 feet on the mat. We're going to start with the right knee up. Okay, you can always work with both feet down. Right knee is up, and we are in high boat on the right. Extend to low boat. Come back to high boat. Extend to low boat. It is this slow. Yes, it is. And come back to high boat. Extend to low boat. Back to high boat. One last time as we extend to low boat, we come into canoe option. Arms by the ears. Hands by your side and back. High boat on the right. Bring the right foot down. And take a little break. All right, everybody good to go on the left side? Half high boat on the left. Remember, you know options, you can do them. Arms are forward, okay? Low boat, left leg extends, the heel is 2 inches off the mat, the shoulders are 2 inches off the mat. Your gaze is straight up, you're not looking at your toes, your gaze up. And back to high boat. Low boat on the left. Back to high boat. Low boat on the left. High boat. And here we go. Last time, low boat left. Arms by the ears. Arms down and back up and release. Whew. Inhale and exhale. All right, yes we are. We're going two-legged boat. Let's, good, I like that. That was a positive, yes we are. Okay, let's do it 2 times with the feet on the mat. Arms are forward, and as we lean back, both legs go forward. We're in a super low boat here. The heels are lifted, shoulders are 2 inches off the mat, and come back up. And one more time like that. Full boat, low boat, and up. Boo! Inhale and exhale. All right, you can do that, or you can start with 2 knees up, arms forward, okay? And let's go. Low boat, high boat, low boat, high, low. Remember, as you come back, you're looking at the ceiling. High. And one last low boat, canoe, arms down, sit up, woo, and release. All right, just wiggle around here. I think the core has the idea that it's going to need to power us through the rest of our practice. So just move around here, just release things. And let's go ahead and do a rock the baby to open the hips. So the legs are extended. Now flex your left foot and extend that left leg out from the hip. Take your right leg in, hold on to your right foot with your left hand, right leg with your right hand, okay? And take that leg side to side, keeping the torso forward. Okay, remember variations here. If your hips are a little more open right now, you might be putting your right foot in your left elbow, or your happy baby might stay right where it was. Okay, let's come back to center. Bring the right ankle across the left thigh. Support yourself with your hands. Draw your left foot in just till it touches the mat. It's a nice open seated pigeon here. And take your right foot over to the right, and then the leg, it goes over to the left and then back to the right. Okay, that right foot's going to come all the way over to the left. You're going to check to see where your sit bones are. Move your right foot in front of your shin if that's better for you to even your hips on the mat. Left hand to the right shin. Right arm up and over. Inhale, put length in your spine, and exhale, twist to the right, taking your gaze toward your right shoulder. Breathe here. And on your next exhale, just turn your gaze to the left. And on your next exhale, turn your gaze back to the right. And then bringing your gaze center, release everything. Take those legs straight and give them a crazy shake. Getting ready for rock the baby on the left. So your right leg is extending out from the hip. It's actually lengthening out from the hip. It's not all the way back here. Right foot is flexed. Hold on to your left foot with your right hand. Torso is steady. Leg is side to side. And again, you may be taking a variation where your foot is going into your elbow, or you might be staying right where you are. come back to center, left ankle across the right thigh. Support yourself with your hands and just take your right foot in just till it touches the mat. The left leg comes to the right, to the left. So it's a nice open seated pigeon. And let your left foot come all the way over to the right, sitting up nice and tall. Hold the outside of your left leg with your right hand. Left arm up and back. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist. Now we're not tugging on the leg. Oh, we forgot to do the sit bone check. So if you need to move your foot so that your sit bones can be more even on the mat, go ahead and do that. And then come into your twist. Take your gaze towards your left shoulder. And as you exhale, turn your gaze back to the right. And turn your gaze back to the left. And then come center, release everything, take your legs straight, give your legs a crazy shake, give your wrists a little shake here. Inhale and exhale. All right, so we're going to come to hands and knees here. Now, we do a lot of chaturangas, we do a lot of push-ups. We want to do the tricep style. So just for a moment, on your hands and knees, bring your hands to the mat, and then rotate your arms so that your elbow creases are facing forward. So just a review here. And when you come down into your push-up position, the elbows are going back using the triceps, right? So let's take the hands forward now. Come into knee down plank. Rotate those elbows so the creases are facing forward. And push up. And hips back. That's our chaturanga, right? Although we come right back up from it. Come forward into plank, push up, and hips back. All right, you might choose to do this from a knee up plank. That's always an option. You could stay with your knees down. Push up, hips back. This is the final one. And then come into child's pose. Your forehead is going to be supported, so the seat of your intuition is in contact with the earth, either on your mat or your hands. The head is supported. And take a very mindful journey back up into Warrior Two. Okay, once we're here, let's go ahead and bend one knee and then the other. Releasing the feet and the ankles a little bit. Hold one heel down. Switch and hold the other heel down. And press both heels down. And then take any journey you want, feet to the hands. Are you hopping? Are you taking a bunch of small steps, a couple of large steps? And when you get to your hands, bring your hands to your thighs, shine your heart forward for half lift. And exhale into a straight leg forward fold, which could be high, right? Head higher than heart. Could be medium, could be low. Inhale and exhale here. Think of your body as made of concrete from the waist down and feathers from the waist up. Exhale, and as you inhale, float the arms out and up. Just float them up. And palms touch. Hands come heart center. And we release. Okay, so we're going to be doing crescent lunges with our sun salutations. Okay, if you want, we'll start with knee down. If you want something for your knees, have it nearby. And let's work on the knee up crescent lunge. Okay, so when we get to it as an option, you'll know if that's something that's working for you tonight. So take your feet hip width distance apart. This is a balance, right? So let's make sure all four corners of the feet are square on the mat. And for balance, we want a calm mind and a place where we can take our gaze that isn't moving, right? Our drishti. Bring your hands to your hips and slide your right foot back, keeping the heel lifted. Bend your left knee. The knee is over the ankle. So the whole body's facing forward here. And then the arms draw long, the spine draws long, the arms are by the ears. Start to lift up from here as long as you can keep length in your spine. Once you feel you're dumping into your spine, then go back to where you weren't. So here we are, high crescent lunge. And step forward and release. Okay, everybody good to go on the other side? Step back with your left leg. The heel is up. Right knee is bent. The knee is over the ankle. Okay, and we really want to focus on that long spine. Long spine, keep it long as you come up. Don't do this. Oh, we're not doing that. Long spine. And step forward. All right, so it looks like everybody's balance is okay. We're going to do that again. I just want to point out a couple of things if you start to wobble or lose your balance. Let's take that right leg back, draw into a high crescent lunge. If this starts to get too wobbly, just drop your right heel. Okay? And step forward. And let's try it on the left one more time. Big step back with the left. Heel is lifted. That heel could be down for extra stability. And let's see those long, yes, long spines, nice. And step forward. Ooh, shake it out and release. Okay, so we're going to start with the knee down crescent lunge in our first part of the sun salutation, and then option knee up in the second part. Ready? Top of the mat. Whew, let's take a few breaths here. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, we swan dive. Straight legs, fold right over those hip creases. Hands to the thighs, half lift, shine your heart forward, sink the hips down, hands to the mat, step back, right leg to your lunge. Okay, bring your right knee down and float the arms up into a low crescent lunge. Feel that nice stretch coming from the front thigh there, the front hip flexor. Good. Bring your palms to touch. Bring your hands together. Put length in your spine and take your right elbow toward your left leg. It might reach it, it might not. We're twisted to the left. Untwist, hands down. Tuck your back toes and come into a knee up or knee down plank. Okay, remember for chaturanga, we want those elbow creases facing forward. Slowly come down. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to lift into a cobra here, barely using the hands. Now just take them out of the way entirely and release. Come into downward facing dog. Nice breath, smoothing out your down dog. Nice length here. Okay, we go right leg up. Big step forward, find low crescent lunge, left knee down. Bring your palms to touch, heart center. Put lots of length in your spine and take your left elbow. That's your left elbow, yes it is, to your right knee. And untwist, bring your hands to the mat. Now tuck your back toes, lift the back knee, engage all the muscles of your body, super strong, and take a giant step forward, half lift, forward fold, cement on the bottom, feathers on the top, float the arms out and up. Yes, palms touch, and hands come heart center. All right, everybody good to go for the left side? This is going to be the knee up. You can stay with knee down if you want. You can work on knee up. You can always bring your heel down, and you can switch to knee down at any time as well. Good to go? Top of the mat. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive over straight legs. Inhale, half lift. Sink the hips down, hands to the mat. Now step back with your left leg and enjoy this lunge. Okay, so here's where we need to get set for coming up into the high lunge. Okay, engage and float it up. This is way trickier than how we first did it. Bring your hands to the mat, step back to plank, knees up or down. If your knees are up, come to the very tips of your toes. It brings your body a little farther forward in space. And then come down, nice strong chaturanga. Yeah, point your toes behind you and lift into cobra. Release the hands. And let's come down. So let's deepen that a little bit. Keep the hands under the shoulders. And now that we've done the cobra a few times, let's lift a little higher using just a little bit of pressure into the hands to help us up. Maybe a lot of pressure, and release. All right, find your way to downward facing dog. Take several breaths here. And we take the left leg up. Take a big step forward and arrange our legs so we can come up into high crescent lunge. All right, we're going to bring the hands back down, engage all the muscles of the body, take a giant step forward with the right foot, half lift, forward fold, and float the arms out and up, palms touch. Good, and hands come heart center. And release, shake it out. All right, so let's take a few breaths here in mountain pose, just letting the breath come back. All right, we're going to move into some triangle work here. Okay, as a matter of fact, I think we'll do the whole moon salutation, okay? So just to even out all that strength of the sun salutation. So let's come into feet hip width distance apart. So remember, this is going to be triangle, and then we're coming into a pyramid. But first we start by drawing the arms up, inhale, and sway gently side to side in your daisy. And then step the feet wide apart with the toes turned out, arms up, 5-pointed star. Bend the knees over the toes, bring the elbows to the waist. Moonflower. Yes, come back to 5-pointed star. Turn your right toes to the right, left toes in at an angle. Everything stays straight in triangle. We warm it up. Reach to the right and back. Reach right and back. Reach right and back. Now reach, reach, reach. Let your right hand come down wherever it belongs on your right leg. Left arm up. Now, maybe, it's been a lot of exertion and you prefer to leave your left hand to your left hip. You can totally do a triangle that way. The only thing we don't want to do in triangle, drop the top shoulder. Don't want to do that. Okay, look toward your left fingertips. And as you let your right knee bend, let your left hand come to your right leg. So see if your fingers touch the mat, put enough bend in your knee. If they don't want to do that, then you can stay higher. And we're just going to straighten and bend the right knee a few times. Straighten and bend. And then straightening that right leg, taking your gaze towards your right leg, you're in pyramid. At this point, the hands might be on your leg. That's fine. They might still be touching the mat. Now bring yourself back to a triangle here. Yes, and lift up. Oh, I forgot what happens next. Okay, let's bring hands to hips. Turn the toes out. 5-pointed star. Take it to moonflower. Now, as you step together, draw your arms up and sway and sway, sway and sway. And let's come to mountain pose. All right, let's take a few breaths. Any questions? Are we good to go on the left? We're good. Okay, so we want to just move smoothly and not like as effortful as we do in a sun salutation. So float the arms up, inhale, and let's sway. We'll be headed to the left this time. Sway and sway and sway. Now step it open, 5-pointed star, toes are out. Moonflower, back to 5-pointed star, left toes to the left, right toes in at an angle, arms are long, legs are straight, reach and release. We reach and release. Reach and release. Now reach, reach, reach. Left hand comes down, right arm up. Remember, your right arm could be here too. Just keep your heart open. All right. And start to bring your right hand down as you bend that left knee. Bring your hands to the mat. If you don't want to go down that far, just have your hands on your leg. And we straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. Hands could be on the leg. And then straighten and hold in this pyramid. And come back to triangle. All right, let's lift up, 5-pointed star, toes are out, moonflower, step together, and sway, and sway. One more sway, and sway. Good, and release. Let's shake it out. All right, so we're going to just do that smoothly, a little more smoothly now, moving directly from the right side to the left side. Everybody good? Remember, this is your practice, so change things up any way that is right for you. Ready? Arms up, feet are hip width. And daisy, daisy, oh, daisy, and daisy. Now step it wide, toes out, 5-pointed star, moonflower, Back to 5-pointed star, setting up for triangle to the right. Reach and triangle to the right. Oh yeah, heart's nice and open here. Now go ahead and bring your left hand down to pyramid. So if the fingertips touch the mat before, they might go back there. They might land on your leg. Don't press into your leg. Pyramid. And then back to triangle. And let's have a little fun. Take the arms out. Core triangle. Lift up. Good. And we're taking it to 5-pointed star. Moonflower. Step together. We're going straight to the other side. So we sway and sway. Sway and sway. Now open 5-pointed star to moonflower. 5-pointed star. Prepare for triangle. Reach. Triangle on the left. Right hand comes down, pyramid. Remember, your legs are where, your arms, hands are where they belong for you right now. Take it back to triangle. Left arm parallel to the earth, right arm parallel to left. Core triangle, lift it up. Toes out, 5-pointed star. Moonflower, step together. And sway, sway. One more time to each side. And release. All right, let's take a few nice breaths here. Just feel the energy now of the moon salutation. Feel your feet grounded. All right, we're going to take the legs wide again, wider than hip width distance. Let the knees bend and straighten a few times. Take the arms up and fold forward into a ragdoll. So you could do your ragdoll high, you could be medium, you could be low. Just move around in a wide-legged ragdoll. Start to notice all of the little parts of the body. And let your head nod yes and no. And as you start to bring your head back to stillness, always end on yes. Then bring your body back to center. And as you straighten your legs, let your forearms melt toward the earth. Release your elbows, bring your hands to your hips, and we'll come halfway up. Take a breath. Take a few breaths because we've been down for a while. And then with a long spine, stand tall. And then find how you want to get your feet back together. You could hop, you could heel toe. Yep, however you like. And shake around. Okay, we're going to start preparing for coming down to the earth. So let's check in with the body, do any movements that it's asking for, right? Look around, see if there's something you want for when you're down on the earth. Is it an eye pillow? Is it something to cover up with? Maybe your spot is getting a little cold. Maybe you choose to do the rest of this, on a chair. That's fine too. Okay, just move around, get your stuff, and then find your way to the top of the mat, mountain pose. Now float your arms up, inhale. Exhale, swan dive over those hip creases, legs are straight. Take a half lift. Sink the hips, hands down. Okay, if you have a vinyasa left in you and you want to do plank chaturanga and then down dog, go ahead. Otherwise, just step back to down dog. And when you get to your down dog, let your hips go to one side, knees to the other. then eventually we'll bring the knees down and we'll all meet back in mountain pose. So if you're still going through your vinyasa, take your time. Okay, we're going to come into seated mountain pose. Legs are long, feet are flexed. Spine is long. Now calling to mind your intention, okay, we're going to take the hands back to the heart and take your thumbs to the forehead, the seat of your intuition. Still calling to mind our intention. And then fingertips up toward the sky, lengthen the spine, and as you release your arms, continue to lengthen the spine. Even as you exhale and the hands come down, the spine gets ever longer. And shake everything out. Inhale and exhale. All right, so let's do a little bit of soft forward folding. So you can take this at your own pace. It's just gentle arms up and gentle melt forward. And we'll do this for about a minute. You might choose to do 1 for the whole minute, or 2 in the minute, or 4. Just go with what you're feeling here. And begin to finish up here. Coming back to seated, giving your legs a nice little shake. You go ahead and bend at the knees and slowly draw yourself down to the earth. Okay, so from here we're going to do a pigeon. Let's go ahead and do a little preparation for that. Extend both arms and both legs. Inhale. And as you exhale, just go ahead and draw your right knee in. You might be holding your shin, or you might be holding your hamstring here. Ardha Appanasana, half wind removing pose. Extend your right leg, arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale, this time the left leg comes in and you hold. Extend the left leg, arms overhead. Inhale, exhale, both knees in. Just holding here in the full Appanasana, wind removing pose. Now bring your left foot down and take your right ankle across the left thigh. Draw your left, this is your right, draw your right leg in, so both legs in. Put your right hand in between your legs. Hold on to your left thigh, back of the thigh, hamstring, wherever you have here. Flex your right foot and bring your left knee in line with your left shoulder for pigeon. If your right knee is headed straight to your face, just take your right hand and press it a little away from your face and then come back to your pigeon. And breathe into your right hip. Extend your left leg, point and flex the left foot. And circle the ankle one direction and the other. All right, go ahead and release, unwind 2 feet to the mat. Let your knees gently open and close. going to take the left ankle across the right thigh, flex that left foot, draw those legs in. So let's do some checking here. Is the left foot flexed? Okay. Where's your left knee? Press it away from you if it's coming toward your face. Hold on to your right leg. Now where's your right knee? Bring your right knee in line with your right shoulder. And enjoy this pigeon pose. Now take your right leg straight up, point and flex the foot. Circle the ankle one direction and the other. And then release, unwind, bring 2 feet to the mat and let your knees gently open and close. So we're going to do some wide leg windshield wipers. Take your feet mat width distance apart. Take your arms long out from your shoulders here. And let both knees sway to the right, gaze left. Come through center, knees left, gaze right. And continue checking in with your body and see where your windshield wipers should be going right now as you take your knees side to side and head side to side. And then when you feel even, come back, bring everything back to center and leave your arms long. Bring your feet back to hip width distance apart. If you like Supta Baddha Konasana, this would be a good time to take that with the soles of your feet together. Okay? Otherwise, just hang out with your feet hip width and your knees bent. Extend through the fingers and wiggle them back into a gentle fist. Extend and wiggle. Feel the energy move all the way up your arms. And then from a gentle fist, go ahead and rotate the wrists one direction and the other. All right, let's bring the arms back down by your side and come out of your Supta Baddha Konasana whenever you're ready. And start to check in with your body from head to toe. See if anything needs to move around, realign. We're looking for our final relaxation position, a place where we don't feel like we have to move at all. We're just going to put the body in a state of conscious relaxation. So move around until you have found it. And then inhale through the nose. And take a nice slow exhale. Release your body onto the earth. Let the earth support you. begin to bring your awareness back to your space. Invite a deeper breath. Gently bring movement back to your body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And as you're ready, extend your arms long overhead. Extend your legs. Inhale. Exhaling, draw your knees in. Give yourself a hug. Find your way over to a side. And come on back up into a nice, easy seat. As you turn your gaze to your own good heart and your bright spirit, thank and honor yourself for your practice, and we thank and honor each other for sharing this time. Namaste.